what's up, guys? It's Showtime. It's Showtime Shred Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big. Alright, so great workout this morning with Trini Garaby, right? We hit some freaky back. Yesterday was freaky chest. And then we got a lot of snow out here, right? It's January 13th, 14th, somewhere in there. I'll forget the date from one minute to the next. But yeah, I always have a hard time keeping track of the days, the times, and all these other types of things. But that's what happens when you get old, man. You get old, you forget shit. Just ended up training my client that is going to go to play some college football. He put on 27 pounds in the summer, and he has decided now where he is going, and that's classified information right now, but it's going to be unclassified here pretty quick. Just a second here, I got my neighbor asking me a question. Alright, so I am back. Just my neighbor, he has a couple real heavy garbage cans over there, so I hold them out there real quick so he didn't have to, because he's got a heart condition, so he's not supposed to lift anything heavy. So so that's done, and neither am I, but mine is different. It's like heavy's like heavy, like, you know, over 400 pounds, and anything I strain with, basically. And this wasn't really all that heavy, so it doesn't count. But yeah, mine is something where it's like, I feel like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, fucking thing might not blow, number one, and if it does, I might be old. I'm already old anyways, but, you know, I suspect to be going at 40, so I'm on bonus time, guys, and if I gotta sign a contract for something I've got, it's like, some of you fuckers are gonna have to waste away a cancer and all this other shit. It's like, I don't have to worry about that, right? So when I finally go, it's gonna be a bada bing, bada boom, and I'm gonna be here one day, gone the next, 1 second here, one the next, almost, right? The thing that sucks, you know, is that, you know, I don't want to leave my family stranded. But other than that, it's like, I don't want to have them watch me waste away either. You know, it's a waste of everybody's time and energy, and then you know, it's hard on some people to see that. And so, you know, I kind of like to do the, you know, the lion thing where you do your time, and you're the king of the jungle. If you can't overthrow the top dog, you're not the leader of the pack. You know, you go be your own lion, right? Or you just be part of the pride, but you're still one of the top alpha males in those ranks, right? You're like a fucking, if you're not the captain or vice president, you're like the fucking lieutenant, right? One of the lieutenants, one of the top lieutenants. You know, I don't want to freaking be this fucking old ass lion, weak and sick and all that shit. That's when you go off and you separate yourself from the pride, and you just kind of go off and die on your own, right? So that you still have your pride. Not your pride because you left your pride, right? But you got your internal pride. So that's what trips me out. People so freaked out about death and stuff, and sometimes it's a curse, you know, to be around and just hanging on and in pain and sick. That is, you know, I don't mind taking care of people, but to be in their shoes, right? And that's why I try to make people as comfortable as possible when they're sick and things like that, or just going through a tough time, because it's miserable, man. It's no fun. I don't want to be the fucking guy, you know, sick all the time, and it's got to be miserable being sick and in pain all the time. And I don't think God really wants us to live like that. And all the Christians say no, and you got to keep them hooked up to machines, and if they're in massive pain, you got to let them just suffer through it. 10 years of pain, agonizing pain. You can't pull the plug. It's like, what? Really? And the person, kill me now. I don't want to be here. And they're like, God wants you here. God doesn't want you in pain, I don't think. Not for that long, I wouldn't think. I don't know, but it's my guess. But that's a different subject. So my client, He's decided which school he's going to go to, right? And that's classified, so I'm not gonna leak that out until he makes it official. It's unofficial right now. I've kind of told you some of the schools that were interested in him in the past, but I'm not even going to repeat that. I'm just going to let him make that public to everybody, and once it's out there and it's public knowledge, then I'll go ahead and announce it on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. But until then, I don't know nothing about nothing, right? And yeah, I think that's all I got to report right now. And last time I got cut off because the video was too long, and I was just saying that I was going to tell you guys that if you make a certain decision in life and you're not hurting anybody else, don't worry so much about being judged, right? Maybe if they got some constructive criticism, you can still continue to listen to them and try to articulate and justify your decision if you feel like they deserve that from you. And if not, they don't need to know nothing, right? That's your call and what you want to volunteer and not what you want to keep to yourself. And if they're going to judge you for that and you're not hurting anybody, then fuck them. And if they think you're hurting yourself, unless you're doing something really crazy, like you're just taking a gun with one bullet and just rapid fire, or trying to play Russian roulette even, and you just click one time, I can see how people will get upset with you for something like that. That's just crazy. If you're not smashing your head against a wall or stabbing yourself, something really, really apparent to where somebody should be calling 911, right? Or if they feel like they're big and strong enough to take away whatever implement is hurting you, I'm all for that. But if it's something that they think, oh, you're going to kill yourself because what you're doing is not healthy, I think it's okay to say that. I think it's okay to verbalize your opinion, like once, maybe twice, and then leave it alone. And then just quit harping on people about it, man. They don't need to hear that shit. But if if they're going to be judgmental about it, that's even worse. That's bullshit. They shouldn't be doing that. And many times when somebody points their finger at you, being all judgmental and shit, there's going to be 3, 4 pointing right back at them, and they don't even know it, or they do know it, and that's why they're trying to take all the attention off of them, place it on somebody else, right? Be it you, be it another family member or friend or relative or acquaintance, or usually they'll pin it off on somebody they don't even fucking know, right? See a guy in the magazine, oh, that guy is juicing, right? And it doesn't matter. People can be opinionated and stuff, like I said. Who's got to write their own opinion. Just, say your opinion one time, fucking let it go. Be respectful about your opinion if you're going to be, right at somebody with it. And be careful how you phrase stuff, It's like, I'm just gonna tell you how in my industry it comes across as rude and disrespectful when you think it's totally kosher to do this. If you see a guy driving a nice car, right, or a nice looking lady driving, or the looks have nothing to do with it. She could be old, young, ugly, fat, skinny, good looking, whatever. An individual person, okay, man, woman, whatever, driving a nice car, right? Like really nice, like a Lambo or something, Lamborghini or a freaking Ferrari, right? Something classy, or expensive, or and the more things they have, the more lucrative it is, the more people get judgmental on them. Let's just pretend, okay? And let's just say that every time, let's say you're this person. Let's let this hit home a little bit so you know how people in my industry feel. And every time you pull up in that nice car, it doesn't even have, let's start with something crazy like a Lamborghini, all right? $750,000 car, right? More expensive than a lot of people's houses, fair enough. And you pull up in that motherfucker, and every time there's always somebody to meet you saying, Hey, how'd you get that car? Who'd you steal from? You know, how many drugs did you sell? Okay? And you meet that every time. Now, whether you're a drug dealer or not, if every time you pull up in that Lamborghini, somebody comes and shakes your hand and say, hey, how's the drug sales going? How many drugs did you sell today? How many drugs did you have to sell to make that car? Right? How many people did you have to whack to go up the ranks in the drug cartel? Right? What Italian family you with? Okay? Fuck, man. Wouldn't you get tired of that? Does that come across as disrespectful? Especially if you earned it, going, working 2, 3, 4 jobs at a time till you open up your own business and scrape through the ranks, and then every time you pull up, somebody accuses you of being a drug dealer? Is that not going to piss you off a little bit? I'm just asking. Think logically a little bit, okay? Now let's say you say, I don't want this attention, man. And, I shouldn't have to explain myself because people that really know me, they fucking know that I earn this money legitimately and legally. But I'm going to downsize. I'm going to go to a nice Cadillac, okay? So you fucking pull up at the Cadillac, and every time you get out of the Cadillac, it's not quite as frequent, it's every other time. Hey, how many drugs did you sell to get that car? Isn't that going to fucking piss you off? Okay? So, now, I'm just going to flip this a little bit into real life, okay? Because people don't do that, right? And if they do think there's drug cartels, they're not going to do that because they don't want to get a gun pointed in their head, right? So, if you're not going to say that to rich people, then why are you saying it to people in my industry? So every time that somebody gains 5 or 10 pounds of muscle, it won't be quite as noticeable. But there's still going to be some motherfucker that's going to be like you're in a Cadillac. Hey, what kind of steroids you on? I see you gained 5 or 10 pounds, right? And you busted your ass in the gym, and it might have taken you 6 months to a year to put that 5 or 10 pounds on. People accusing you of juicing. All right, and then let's say you really get after it, man, and you're a natural freak, and you put on this size, okay? And you put on 30 pounds in the summer, or 30 to 50 pounds in a year, okay? And so it's super noticeable, right? And even a year's time is plenty of time to put on 20, 30 pounds, right? Freaking a lot of my clients can do it in the summer. So, now it's noticeable that, 2 days ago you were 30 pounds less. What kind of steroids you on? Did you take out the whole medicine cabinet? You got 2 to 5,000 millis a week, right? Isn't that going to wear on your nerves? Fuck, especially if you took it, say it took you a year, say it took you 2 to 5 years to put that on. You busted your ass, and then on top of that, you decided you weren't going to do the drugs. And you got people running up. Yeah, it's a compliment at first, okay? Oh, it's a great compliment. Yeah, it is the first couple times, but wait until it's 10 times a day. And you can't even go take a piss because people want to ask you what steroids to take, and they haven't even got their gym membership yet. So these are the types of things that people go, so just, I don't care, right? People can ask me this and that and the other thing. I actually like those kind of questions as my job, okay? So I don't take offense to those questions. You could ask me things, and I don't care, and I'm going to answer you without getting offended. Unless you're just really disrespectful about it, I'm gonna roll with it, right? But I just want to let you know so you don't get punched in the face by asking the wrong guy or the wrong gal, okay? And that's even more disrespectful. How are you going to tell a girl that she looks like a dude or she's manly looking? That's a fucked up thing to say. You see how PC we are with everything, okay? And you even say, the gal got a little bit chubby. Whoa, man, it's like fucking Mount St. Helens erupted. People get so sensitive about that shit. But if you say, that gal's kind of manly, and everybody tries to, he looks like a man. That's an insulting thing to say. Most women don't try to look like men. They don't get into this industry. They try to get fit and muscular, sure, but they don't want people telling them they look like a man usually, unless they're going to go for the whole sex change thing. So be respectful, You want to be critical in opinion and say that you don't want to look like that. Okay, but don't, gross, I don't want to look that way. That's fucking rude and disrespectful. How you need to say it if you don't just shut your fucking mouth and be quiet and respectful, okay? If you want to really put your 2 cents in, I'm okay with that. But if you're going to talk to one of my girls, you know, or one of my friends in a positive way, to where she's not going to want to punch you in the face, here's how you go about asking that question. You state it with a compliment, you know. So if you don't realize her, and I'm only giving you permission to say these types of things if you have a respect in the beginning and you understand what she's gone through to look like that. If you don't, then shut your fucking mouth and don't say a fucking word. If you look at her and go, damn, not how I want to look, but wow, that's a lot of hard work. All right, now go ahead and open your mouth and say something. But say it like that. Not, oh, gross, I don't want to look like that. Well, fuck, that's going to be taken wrong. You're like, damn, girl, you look good. That's more muscle than I could put on. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Or, whoa, that's freaking phenomenal. That's really inspiring. My goal is completely different. I want to get skinny. But wow, you know, or lean, you know. But wow, you know, you really put some hard work in. You look great, girl. You know, those types of things. I'm all right with that. All right, I'm okay with that. That's complimentary. That's respect. But don't say, oh God, gross, fucking way, girl, just too much muscle and look like a dude. And man, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's fucking disrespectful. Really disrespectful. You know? And it's just amazing that people say that like it's no big deal. And then, oh, I don't know why they got offended by that. But yet, we got motherfuckers that are so soft skin and so much of a pussy that they'll go and sue a business for saying, aren't you a little old for this profession? It's a simple question, and it's not even that big of a deal. And they were doing it in this joke between co-workers, not even a boss. And the business is getting sued. What a pussy, right? You're gonna sue for that? Get some fucking balls. This is a man. And even that old. I think he's around my age. Get some balls. What's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're gonna get offended because somebody asked, aren't you a little old to do this in a joking way when you're in a joking relationship with people that have a good rapport with you already? I can see, hey man, that rubbed me the wrong way. I'm kind of got an issue with it. I already kind of feel kind of old. Could we not bring that up? I know you're just trying to be funny. Oh, I'm gonna sue this business. I'm gonna sue this telephone company because they called me old. My coworker. You fucking break. You're a fucking pussy. Okay? Now he's probably gonna sue me, but the fuck's he gonna get? A fucking 2-pound thing of protein? Right? So, you know, unless there's a big flip before I leave this world, and then it's a waste of time coming after me. But anyways, that's my little 2-cent rant there. It has been Showtime with Showtime Shred Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big. May all your workouts be good ones. And if you don't take anything from this video at all, the one thing that I do want you to take from it, do not judge unless thou wants to be judged thyself. Right? Y'all motherfuckers who have no sin, go ahead and cast that stone. I already know I ain't getting into heaven. It's only the size of, if it's only the size of Australia. So I don't need to be digging any deeper of a hole, man. Hopefully, if I ain't going nowhere, I just kind of go low profile. I just go into the ground and I'm done. And because I don't need to add flame to the fire and end up having to go to hell. I don't need that shit. So I ain't judging nobody. All right, guys. Take care and God bless.